Hey guys, it's Karisa. I chose to do my Module 2 discussion on the teen birth rates by state. I chose to do these because a lot of my family members have actually had kids when they were teenagers, my mom including. She had my older brother and me while she was still a teen, so I guess this topic kind of hits close to home for me. I got my information from the CDC, and this is just an image of the states based on the percentages. The darker color is the higher rate based on 1,000 females from the age of 15 to 19. I thought it was really interesting that the South states were the ones with the highest teen pregnancy rate, and then the Northeast states were the ones with the lowest. I don't know, I just thought that was pretty interesting how they were clumped together and it wasn't just scattered throughout all the states. Right here, I have all of the states listed in alphabetical order. These were just screenshotted off of the website, basically breaking down the overall picture that you just saw. It just has them all listed with their percentages and then the color based on which range they fell in to as well. If you are on this specific website, you can click on it specifically and it'll tell you that state's ranking. Next up is some of the data. The variables in mine were the birth rate by 1,000 females, which is the independent variable because we obviously can't change that. It is what it is. And then the state rankings were the dependent variables because that was decided based on the independent variable. I chose to visualize all of this data by a histogram and a pie chart because, I don't know, I think pie charts are kind of cool. So this is the data that I had put into Excel. It has all of the states listed in alphabetical order, and then next to it is just the percentage that they had. I just put it into Excel so it would be easier to make my histogram and my pie chart. So yeah. And then here we have my histogram. So it includes, on the bottom is the percentages. It chunked it up into 5 different groups, ranging from 8 to 14%, 14 to 20, 20 to 26, 26 to 32, and then 32 to 38. I added the title on this histogram because it didn't have one when I had originally made it. And then on the vertical axis, we have the number of states that fall into that percentage range. So pretty simple to read. It shows you and gets the point across. So up next, I have my pie chart. I made this one separately because I didn't want to have 50 different colors on this pie chart. It would have made it really complicated to read. So I just took the range, which was 8.1 to 32.8, and rounded up to 33, and that gave you about 8 in each category, so I just split it up 4 ways. And the 1 to 8% range didn't have anything in it, so that's why there's only broken up into 3 chunks on here. But the 16 to 24% range had the most. It was 21 states, and so that shows why it's the biggest category, that kind of darker orange color. And then it does show the 0 for 1 to 8, but there's no chunk there because it's 0, so it's non-existent. So yeah, that's the chart I made on Excel, and then my table as well. So some of the pros to both of these different pie charts and the histogram were that they're really easy to read and understand. They categorize everything really well, and it's just simple, and it saves time from you having to go through a list of 50 states to see like the individual data, and it shows a lot better relationship with the modals or the chunks on the pie chart to see kind of what categories have the most info in. The cons, though, are that they don't show individual data for each state. So if you wanted to see a specific state, you'd have to go back and either look in your Excel document, or if you didn't have access to that, you could go back to the website that I included earlier and look at that information. And you also don't see the exact percentage. You just get that range of, like, the one was 24 to 30 or whatnot. You just get that range and how many were in it. You don't see that there was one person had like 24.4%. You can't see that. So that's kind of a few of the cons to it. but overall they're pretty simple and easy to read, and I enjoy making them.